Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2018. Now today, as you can see, we are going to be featuring Drampa-GRI, which was the deck, this list in particular is the one that Tord took to a second place finish at Bremen Regionals over in Germany. Now Tord has definitely been on a big tear for quite a while with this deck. He won the North American International, and then he got top 32, I believe, at Worlds, and now he got second place at this regional with a back-to-back top 8 finish in regionals, because he also got top 8 at Liverpool regional. So he's a really good Drampa-GRI player, and as you can see today, his list is very peculiar. Let's go over it really quickly. We have the 4-2-2 Garbodor split, which seems pretty good. Trash Challenge has definitely lost a bit of strength in this new format with no more VS Seeker, so Garbotoxin becomes even more important. Then we have the 2 Drampa-GX, of course, which are one of the main attackers of the deck. 3 really good attacks, especially Berserk, which can deal up to 180 damage for only 3 energy, and then Righteous Edge is able to deny your opponent's energies. Then we have the 1-1 Espeon-GX line, which is very peculiar and not something you would expect to see. It gives you access to Divide GX, which is really good. Psybeam is also a really good attack, and Psychic can deal almost as much damage as Drampa-GX can for basically the same cost. So pretty good there. However, there's no requirement of damage counters. There's a requirement of your opponent's Pokemon to be powered up. And then we have the single Espeon-EX, which gives you the option to use Miraculous Shrine and start evolving your opponent's Pokemon, delay their rare candies, and maybe with Divide GX and a few Garbodor hits here and there, you can actually set up multiple KOs. Now, to finish this off, I definitely would have liked to see a single Tapu Lele promo, just to give you that option of spreading damage around, especially with Po-Town and Espeon-EX. That seems like a really strong strategy, but Tord opted not to run it. Now, as far as supporters, we have for Sycamore, for N, and for Guzma, which seems pretty good, of course, and very close to the new standard. 3 or 4 Guzma, depending on your deck space, are the norm. And then he has the single Brigette, because this deck obviously loves the turn 1 Brigette, but doesn't necessarily rely on it. And then we have the 1 Hala, because Divide GX and even Tapu Cure and Drampa's GX Attack Big Wheel, they're all options for this deck to be used early on, and therefore Hala can effectively become a really good card in the later stages of the game, and a really good way to combat late game ends. So those are the supporters. Then for consistency, we have 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Choice Band, and 4 Float Stone as his North American champion list. Then we have the triple Po-Town in order to deal damage to the evolutions. And then we have 2 Field Blower and 1 Rescue Stretcher to round out the deck. Now, in terms of energy, apparently Tord did not feel comfortable enough to just use Po-Town in order to activate Berserk, so he chose to run Rainbow Energy as well, which makes sense. However, I do feel like it's overdoing it, but we're gonna keep the list as it is. So let's jump into ladder and play a quick game or two. And there's Tord, Drampa-GRI, and we'll see how we do. We shall see how we do. Now, Hartford Regionals is this weekend. You guys are watching this on Thursday. Tomorrow, Friday, then on Saturday we begin playing. I'm really looking forward to the event. Really looking forward to it. And we'll see how it goes. Still not set on a deck yet. Have like 4 options, so I'll settle on a list probably the night before. However, Gardevoir seems like a very strong option, and based on my Worlds results, well, I do tend to favor that deck. Now here, you can see that we did not get a really good start. We actually got an atrocious start. Are we gonna actually end up using offensive bomb perhaps? Hopefully not. Hopefully we top deck out of this, or my opponent uses N as his supporter for the turn. But we'll see. I do top deck a choice band, which is not ideal. I'm gonna play the Pokémon because if I'm up against the Seadra Ninetales, if they use their Field Blower on Pokémon instead of Float Stone and the Trash Challenge, or instead of Float Stone to reactivate their abilities, that could be really good. We see a Tapu Lele immediately, and we see that Brigette. So if we can top deck the other Garbodor, that would actually be pretty decent, I think. So we have a few outs there. We have like the 3 Leles, we have 2 Trash Challenge Garbodors, we have 4 Ultra Volts, we have Brigette, we have 4 Sycamore, 4 N, so almost half our deck could be a good top deck. Drampa would not be a good top deck, but alas, we do not get such a top deck. I'll touch the rainbow there, and I will just acid spray. Pretty weak turn for us. So yeah, this can happen to pretty much any deck, you know? So it's not that the deck is wrong, it's just this can definitely happen to every single deck out there. Yeah, really weird. We see a Field Blower, so goodbye Pokémon. And we see the end, so pretty cool. Pretty cool right there. Hopefully this gets us back into the game. Not so much. We do see a rare candy into the CGI, so we're gonna see the first Feather Arrow. Our opponent has 3 item cards already in the discard pile. However, probably gonna have to aggressively Sycamore here. I do get another Trubbish, so that can be the Trash Challenge. I'm gonna attach Choice Band, I'm gonna attach Choice Band, I'm going to bench the Lele as an extra attacker, and I'm gonna grab the Brigette, however I'm not going to play it. Just gonna aggressively Sycamore here, because I do need to to get going. Definitely need to get going, and I do get the DC, but I get the wrong Garbodor. Ugh. I get the wrong Garbodor, and no sign of no sign. I guess I'll deny abilities. No sign of Drampa or even Eevee. The DCE, I feel like I should save the DCE. Gonna attach the rainbow, however. And we'll just acid spray once again. So still a really weak hand, however we do have supporters for the next turn as well, so at least we have that going for us. We see a DCE. I actually don't mind just removing all the energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it's the Trash Challenge is dealing 100 damage. I really don't mind removing all the energy at this point. If my opponent is running Rainbow, that could be a really strong strategy. He does NS into an okay hand. Finally we get Trash Challenge. The opponent does find the Float Stone, however doesn't seem to have a Field Blower just yet. Here we see the double Decidueye, and is he gonna go after the active, or is he, yep, he goes after the active, interestingly enough. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I deal exactly enough damage where I'm really not going to be scared of the GX attack. And let's see if we can finally get a Drampa here going. Nope. Jeez. Okay, so I guess I'll start attaching to Lele then. Now I'm not attaching the choice band because if I do, my opponent can just Ice Path GX the damage back and knock me out that way. A Field Blower also gets him a knockout because he does reactivate his abilities. However, it looks like he's going to choose to spread with Kogo, interestingly enough. And there we see a choice band. We see another Float Stone. And we see a Sycamore. So the Field Blower is very likely right here. I'd be really surprised if he didn't hit it. He does. So now he has triple feather arrows. So he can knock out the benched Garbodor, or he can just go after the active Garbodor. Yep, he's gonna use Ice Path GX here. And he's gonna do double feather arrow on the Garbodor in order to set it up for a knockout. So we're definitely pretty much dead here. However, maybe Drampa-GX removing energy can give it a chance. Maybe. Okay. What? I guess I'll choice band here. And then where are my Drampas? I really don't understand where are my Drampas. Okay. So I didn't even get an energy. This is just amazing. This is simply, truly amazing. I'm gonna discard these two. And I'm gonna go for a Drampa. So my strategy now is to try to win via Drampa, removing enough energy. Maybe perhaps devolving. I will remove all of the tool cards here from my opponent. And I could actually Tapu Lele GX here to save my Garbodor. That actually seems like a good play. That seems like an okay play. Okay. This way my opponent's damage output is limited to 50. There's a rainbow energy. We're gonna see a retreat into a Holo Hunt. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't just have all the answers all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna end. Yep, there's a Float Stone, but well, we have the Guzma as well, so that's not too bad. I'll touch the Psychic here, and I will pass. Next turn, I can Guzma up the Decidueye. So I have enough. I have 3 Guzmas left. My opponent has presumably none. Not sure. Oof, and he's gonna start powering up the Ninetales, but that's energy he doesn't have for Holo Hunt. Oh, he can't actually Holo Hunt anymore. Never mind. So we can't really play the deck out game. Can't really play the deck out game here, but we can play the one-hit KO game, provided we get enough cards here. Do I attach an energy or not? No, I think I keep them. Well, maybe they're rainbow. Maybe I'm gonna end up attacking with offensive bomb just because I get confusion. I'm gonna Righteous Edge for now. This is gonna be a really long game, guys. Really long game. Maybe we can get ourselves into a position where my opponent decks himself out. He's used 2 ends, and we have used 3. We do have the Hala. There's another rainbow. Acerola. Okay. Acerola. So So what we need now then is another Drampa. However, we have no way to get it right now. So I guess I just try to mull him over with Tapu Lele. Or do I still have a Garbodor? No, I don't have a Trash Challenge Garbodor anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna Hala. And my Rescue Stretcher is also gone. Okay, there's a Drampa. So maybe I can remove enough energy from my opponent's Pokemon where he doesn't have a way to attack anymore. There's 1 TCE, 2 TCEs, and 3 Rainbow. We see another Decidueye. No more Field Blower for my opponent though. So this Guzma is at a premium right here. Oh, are you kidding? Oh, he just gets the 4th Rainbow because why not? Sorry about sorry about the cut, guys. My game disconnected mid-game, so I had to restart the computer and everything. But we're back, and we'll try to showcase this deck to the best of our abilities. The match was against the Zero Ninetales, and we got a pretty awful start, so we never actually had a chance. And it might have come down to my opponent having his last Rainbow Energy out of 20 cards in his deck and 3 in his hand, or 4, and he did have it. So I also took it also took me a very long time to find a Drampa in order to start with the energy removal and stuff. So pretty rough match there. Okay, so we get an okay start. We're going second, so Tapu Koko spreading damage around could be problematic for sure. If we're up against Alola Ninetales, which I am assuming we're up against. However, I'm not entirely sure. We do see the Vulpix, so we are up against Alola Ninetales. And wow, we see Professor Kukui. So without VS Seeker, I feel like Professor Kukui is a lot weaker. And now, what do we do here? Again, Righteous Edge for 50 right off the bat. I could Energy Drive for 90 right off the bat. I'm not sure what is correct though. Okay, let's first take a look at our deck, because we might not even have the Brigette. Okay, the Brigette is there. So I feel like going the Drampa route is better, just because we'll have the Drampa powered up already a little bit. I could also use the GX attack as well to try and set up. The damage on Tapu Lele could be or not irrelevant. However, because my opponent got such a weak start, I actually don't mind the Eevee or Trubbish? Eevee. I actually don't mind going for the GX attack, just because it gives us better odds of hitting the Po-Town plus energy, and we're not gonna get a KO right now, and we probably still need to set up the Po-Town play for next turn. So I'm just gonna Peak Wheel, also get rid of the N as my only supporter, where my opponent might be benefited off of that. And yeah, we got a pretty good 10 card hand. So can my opponent, or does my opponent have a good enough hand to get out of this situation? He could retreat and beacon for sure. However, dealing with a Po-Town might be difficult for him, and if he doesn't evolve right here, which doesn't seem like he will, by having 30 damage on the Alola Ninetales, we actually get to one-shot thanks to our Berserk extra damage. So that's also a really cool benefit. And yeah, our play definitely paid off big time. So my opponent also went for Tapu Lele. So okay, do things in the right order. Play Po-Town, play the Psychic. Now I play the Garbodor. I can even go just outright take the knockout on his Tapu Lele, which is probably the most threatening Pokemon here at this point, because with a TC he can deal 100 damage, and this way he has to waste the energy to retreat. I don't think I'm gonna go the evolution route, so I'm gonna get rid of the N as well, and I'm gonna grab Garbodor. Yeah, Trash Challenge Garbodor to also make sure he doesn't go crazy on item cards. And I get an extra Pokemon with Po-Town damage, and so we're gonna be able to Berserk for a 1-hit KO on our turn 2, thanks to the fact that we went second, and also because my opponent's drawing pretty badly for sure. But yeah, not a bad start for us, not a bad start. Okay, so Po-Town is the key here. If my opponent, I was gonna say, if my opponent evolves with Po-Town in play, we actually get a pretty good shot here at 1-hit KOing the Vulpix, or the Ninetales rather. However, he very smartly chooses not to go that route. That is 3 item cards now in the discard pile though, so the Trash Challenge threat on the non-GX Alola Ninetales is pretty important. There we see the Alola Ninetales GX. We're probably gonna see a second one. Yep, there it is. So my opponent cannot knock me out right here. He does grab an N, so we're not gonna have our Drampa next turn. The backup Drampa seems pretty key, honestly. And wow, we see a DC on the benched Ninetales. That's really interesting and really strange, honestly. Well, I guess double Aqua Patch. He has Enhanced Hammer. Okay. Yeah, so double Aqua Patch would have been quite problematic. The Enhanced Hammer is also an issue, but we can Righteous Edge and set up the damage for a later Berserk. And he chooses to retreat. I think that's an even worse play. So he's really afraid of Garbotoxin Garb for some reason. This just gave me a free turn to remove his energy, which I'm really surprised, because he might not even be able to use the GX attack next turn to heal himself. And he has no energy in play. If he starts playing Aqua Patches, then Trash Challenge just becomes an even bigger threat, because he has already 4 item cards in the discard pile. So really strange. There's one Aqua Patch. There's another energy. Is he going to Acerola here? Is he a Coco? Is he going to Guzma? No, he just Sycamores. Okay. So energy for the turn already attached. He did have Guzma but chose not to play it, and he simply chooses to pass. So we do have the Rainbow Energy, very fortunately. We will be able to Berserk here for a knockout, and now we are down to 2 prize cards. So this Ninetales or the Tapu Lele could be the Pokemon to go down, and my opponent still needs an energy and a Choice Band or Kukui in order to knock out our Drampa. So that's gonna be our second TCE. He still has the GX attack available to him. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 item cards in play. There we see a TCE. There we see an Enhanced Hammer. We're gonna see another Aqua Patch, so that's 7, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 6. 6 or 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 item cards. There's a Choice Band, so my opponent does get the knockout. And now we get to confuse the Ninetales. We get to confuse the Ninetales, or we get a choice band, we just outright knock out Lele. So I'm gonna promote the Espeon-1 Retreat Quest, and we get a Po-Town, which could help. I could get a knockout here. I could actually get a knockout here, but I don't think that's the right play. Getting back Espeon, getting back Drampa doesn't really help us. I guess if I got back Espeon and evolved, I would still deal the 30 damage, but I would not get the confusion. So I'm gonna attach the Rainbow to the Lele. I'm just gonna side beam here. So 180 damage still to go, or 2 item cards, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 2 more item cards to knock out Ninetales or the Lele. A choice band gets us the knockout on the Lele. We do have 3 of those left, and we have 4 Sycamore left, and 2 Ultra Ball and 2 Tapu Lele. So we do have a lot of outs here. The opponent will be able to take a knockout here with Tapu Koko, but it's more energy he's not using on Ninetales, and that's gonna be the third TC. He has 1 left. How many ends? Okay, there's the end. So doesn't want to take any chances. He just removes our options. Does remove the energy, which hurts. To find a Po-Town, we also find an end, and then we can confuse the Koko back. Choice band is annoying. Finding another TC would be awesome, but that's very unlikely. Okay, so we get a Float Stone. I'm gonna play it, but where do I play it? I guess the Espeon. And then I'm going to end here, and there's a choice band and an Ultra Ball. So the Ultra Ball can find me a Lele next turn in order to Sycamore and draw cards. Field Blower would also be a win condition right here. 1 over 2 Field Blowers, right? I haven't played any, nope. Okay, so I have a good feeling about this game. Confusion is really annoying for my opponent. He might get a knockout on the Trubbish next turn, but that's okay. Well, actually that puts us at a timer. Oh boy. So he decides to promote the Trubbish. Oof. Still have 2 Float Stones left though. Okay, still 3 prizes to go for my opponent. The Ultra Ball top deck is not ideal, but okay, so what are our outs? Actually, we don't have an out here just because I can't take 2 prizes right now. But we can set it up for next turn. So definitely Sycamore, right? Or Hala. Both do the same thing, but Sycamore is probably better for later on. Hala gets us energy and Po-Town. So we need to discard this energy from the Tapu Koko. We do. Okay, that's pretty good. Triple Sycamore in my hand. No Lele, no Guzma. So we don't have the win just yet. We do have the energy for the Trash Challenge Garbodor. And my opponent just passes. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hasn't played anything just yet. So I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna do this. So losing 3 Sycamore, not ideal. I can, however, get rid of this and this. And now we have the win next turn. Question is, do I take a knockout with Garbodor? No, I think I hold, but I'm gonna play as many cards as possible this turn. I could just confuse with Espeon. Damage from Pokémon is pretty much irrelevant. I'm gonna retreat to the Espeon. I'm gonna bench the Drampa as well, just because it comes down to my opponent not having N. And he has only played 2, but we do win next turn. Unless he plays Delinquent or something like that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, see a Float Stone on Lele, and we do see the N. Oh gosh. So I don't know if he top decked that or what. Find a DCE. So that helps us in retreating. If we needed to do that. Yeah, we should have game. We really should have game here. See a Vulpix. I guess we don't have game because, yeah, Garbodor could just get knocked out. Okay, so we see double beacon. Now we have enough lights and Guzma targets rather that this should win us the game. So 3 cards left in my deck after the Sycamore. Just trying to play as many cards as possible down in order to get the Guzmas going. And can't play anything else, but we have 9 total cards, 2 of which are Guzma. So even if he does target my Trash Challenge Garbodor, we have the Coco prize available to us. So yeah, it comes down to this turn. Will my opponent use his last 10 here? See an Aqua Patch. We see a Field Blower. And then Lele for N. No, Sycamore. Okay, so that's game. Whew. This was insanely close, guys. Insanely close. And yeah, we never actually got to Trash Challenge. I mean, I guess we might next turn. But yeah, that was a rough game. That was like really grindy, right? So we were always in the front seat. However, there were many instances where we definitely could have lost. Okay, see the retreat into the Ninetales. We see an Aqua Patch. Onto the Ninetales. We see, yeah, so my opponent basically sets it up where if I don't have the Guzma, I lose. Because that Ninetales can knock out, well, it can't knock out everything. It can't knock out Drampa or Lele. However, you can just go after the Remoraid here and get the win. So yeah, pretty interesting dynamic. We ended up winning off of knocking out Pokemon that weren't that low on Ninetales. The energy removal from Drampa actually came in pretty huge, and I believe my opponent made a big mistake in retreating and attaching DC instead of just attaching DC to the Ninetales that already had the damage, that already had the water energy on it. But hey, who am I to judge? So yeah, it's gonna be it from me, guys. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. Thank you so much, and yeah, props to Tord for the list, and hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow for more standard action. Bye.